How you doing? I am quitting MCOC. Not officially. That will be the title of this video. You could say it's clickbait. That's up to you. You can definitely make a case that this is clickbait. But, I was gonna make a video saying, like, kabam, please don't nerf Quake. But what's the point? Okay? You know, having played this game long enough, I know that Kabam does not care what the community thinks about MCOC. They just don't. They have proven that time over time. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but it's just really disappointing when it comes to the game, how Kabam constantly lies to you and they don't listen. It's just really disappointing to me. As far as my future when it comes to MCOC, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I just don't think it's healthy for me to keep going because I go to all over YouTube complaining about I'm so mad when it comes to Magic. So I'm really just super upset when it comes to Magic getting nerfed, okay? I mean, I did expect this to happen. I made a video on it and I'm gonna show it to you, but this is the old version, so we get to take a uh, look at it. As you could see, it still has the old abilities, but by today, or you could say because it's already past midnight, by today, Kabam will force me to update the game, but I'm not going to do that. Okay, so you're pretty much getting the final look of Magic right here. Okay, but if you do update the game, this old Magic right here is gonna be no more. What the heck? Should just take a clean shot. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, it's really unfortunate when it comes to Magic getting nerfed, and I'm not the only person that feels this way. Let me just show you what I mean. So as you can see, I'm not the only one, okay? I don't know how many people feel this way, but a lot of people. But I think, uh, like, who feels this way? The people that have been playing this game since the very beginning. I wasn't one of them. I've been playing this game for just over 8 years, maybe close to 9 years. I don't know exactly, but it just really sucks that Kabam nerfed Magic. Okay, it's I saw Legacy's part of it, maybe like the first couple of minutes. He was really upset about the Quake. I mean, well, Quake will get nerfed as well too, but nerf Magic getting nerfed. It's just there's so many reasons why this is just not it. It's like Magic is a special character in the game, right? People love Magic. Why Magic is Magic the way she is or she was, okay? But Kabam somehow just decides to screw the community again when it comes to Magic. Why? I don't know. Like I said, I did make a video talking about this. I knew this was gonna happen. Let me just prove it to you. So proof that I did make this video. We're gonna go to that video, but I really hate being always right when it comes to MCOC. Well, not always right. I want to say that that's not true. I'm the I want like let's say I do hate that I'm right most of the time when it comes to MCOC, especially when it comes to this part. Like, will Kabam release Quake or Magic as a 6 star as you see it June 23, 2025? We'll take a look at that video. First, I will look at them and see my thoughts, whether we'll see a 6 star Quake or Magic. So that's not bad, you know. So let's go to the game. So will we see a 6 star Quake? And I'm giving you the short answer is no. Not because Quake is too powerful to be a 6 star, because Kabam will release her as a 7 star in the future if they will release Quake as a 6 star or 7 star, but the nerf version. Kabab knows this, and So as you could see, I expected it. I mean, I made a video talking about it. Was it 8 months ago? What else? I actually predicted that, you know, I made a video uh 4 months ago when it comes to like, are we gonna see the next level of progression, which is elder? And I was willing to bet that it was gonna happen within 6 months. And what do you know? We will have the next progression by in April, I believe. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. Sometimes I hate being right all the time. Well, not all the time, most of the time when it comes to MCOC. Like I did say, I will be taking a break, and I've been really wanting to. If it wasn't for my YouTube channel, I probably would have stopped playing MCOC probably a long time ago. Not just my YouTube channel, it's because I am the leader of an account that I made. And the problem, not only biggest issue I have, is that if I take a long break, somebody for some reason I believe, because it happened before when I took a 6 month break, that they took over my leader spot. Account that I made, so for some reason Kabam says this is not, so what, you made this account. Everything in this game belongs to us. Okay, we'll do whatever we want with your account, regardless you made it or not. So somebody, if I take this break, who knows how long, let's say Tiger can take that spot as a leader. I don't want that. This is an account I made. Of course, I could just kick out all the people that are not my account, right? But that's just doesn't feel right. Of course, that's obviously completely not a good, you know, that's just completely wrong for my part. If somebody does uh, take the leader spot, if I take a break, it is what it is. At this point, I don't even really care anymore. It's because of Kabam's lies. They've been lied to us They've been lying to us pretty much almost all the time. Okay, so let's admire Magic, how she was. Okay, and really not just Magic. Obviously, same thing with Quake. I feel like if there was a champion they would have to redo, it would be Magic over Quake. And a lot of people would probably say, when it comes to social media, they would nerf Quake because they don't know what they're talking about. I do think this is for the majority of the people because uh I mean, I've never really used Magic, to be fair. I mean, some people say that she can stun lock opponent or power lock opponent. I've never tried that. I don't think it's for everything in the game. There's champions also that are immune to power locks. So what else? She's more of an annoying defender than Quake, I believed. Pre nerf at least. As far as the post nerf, I don't know. But not only that, Magic, I think it's easier to use than Quake. That just seems like common sense and obvious. But for some reason, Magic, people are saying that she requires skill. Like Kabam John said that she requires skill. Maybe that's why I don't really think that she's, like, they say that she's broken, because I don't really know exactly what they mean by that, because maybe perhaps I don't, it requires the skill part. And that's really what I want to talk about, is the skill part, right? Like, most people cannot find Magic to be this, what people are calling broken. It's just the top 1% players in the game that are gonna make Magic look broken, maybe. And this is if she was available as a 7 star. Okay, if she was available as a 6 star, I mean, so many people have agreed on me on this, is that she's not gonna be broken as a 6 star. But for some reason, Kabam decides, okay, we're just gonna nerf Magic and make her a 7 star instead of just keeping her as a 6 star and not nerfing her. Okay, it's just really just the sad part about this game. Like, Kabam lied about Magic or Quake being too powerful as a 6 star, but somehow made them as a 7 star. Really? And really, you could say it's, in the end of the day, it's just business, right? They're not gonna make money from 6 stars, which I talked about in that video I showed you earlier. They know the game has to progress to 7 stars. So yeah, I feel like if they made Magic or Quake 7 stars, I mean 6 stars, they feel like they're probably gonna be losing money. It's not because it's not healthy for the game. That's just another Kabam lie, because there's surfing that exists in the game. Okay, surfing increasing the game, and to say that he's actually healthy for the game, That's just so dumb. Like, you have to be stupid enough to be actually believe that surfing is healthy for the game. Okay, like you, like that's kind of like, come on, really saying that this guy is healthy for the game or not health or not bad for the game is a joke, right? But somehow making Magic or Quake is bad for the game. Like, really, Kabam? Like, really? Magic bad for the game, but not surfing? Like, or healthy for the game? Like, that just logically makes no sense. And really, it's just Kabam lying. In the end of the day, when Kabam says it's not healthy for the game, it means that they're gonna lose money. Basically, anything that to them that's not healthy for the game is what causes them to lose money. And that's really, I mean, you can't really blame Kabam for that. It is facts. You can, I don't know about facts, but you could say it may be true. So, but Kabam will never say, oh, this is going to cause us to lose money. Therefore, we're not going to, we're just going to make it up and say that it's not healthy for the game, right? Instead of saying, oh, we're not doing this, whatever, like making 6 star magic because we're gonna be losing money. Like, just come out, be honest about it. They just like the least. They're probably the least honest company I've ever seen in a mobile game, or maybe not just in a mobile game. It's just insane how dishonest they are. They could just be honest about it, saying, "Oh, if we make magic, that's a 6 star. We're gonna be losing money," and that's it, right? Don't make up this bullshit that, oh, it's not healthy per game. Like, surfing is healthy for the game, but somehow making 6 star magic it is not it's not. I mean, it's just like making 6 star magic is not healthy for the game, but somehow surfing is fine in the game. Come on, Kabam, bro. Like, really. So, what is my future plans when it comes to MCOC? And I will be talking about why they should nerf, why they should not nerf Quake, even though they are gonna nerf Quake. That will be a little bit later. But let me just talk about what do I want to do in the future. So, like I said, I'm not officially quitting. I will be making incursion videos because I believe I am without a doubt the best champion. Man, the best champion. Oh, I am the best person when it comes to MCO incursion, okay? Without a doubt. If you follow my channel, you would know that. But, a lot of see people on social media, they refer to MCOC noob. Like, this guy doesn't know half of the things I know when it comes to incursion, okay? These are just straight out facts, okay? But somehow they go to his channel and they think he knows everything about incursions, okay? Like, I do want to say that he is like, when it comes to explanation, I mean, I'm just like, you know call balls and strike, or just being, I don't know, being honest. I'm not really sure the right word, or not, basically not trying to be biased here. I'm not sure exactly the right word here, but he does explain things better. Maybe some people would agree, some people will disagree, and that could be subjective because, you could have like two different teachers, right? And some people would say that for one person, they might like one teacher, they feel they explain things better. And then another person might like a different teacher, they feel like they learn more or they explain things better to them. So it's, I guess you could say, subjective, but in my opinion, the way he lays things, like how he explains about incursions, it's better than I do. I mean, I think when it comes to glitch incursion, it was good. I'm not gonna. I'm just, not trying to be biased here. When it comes to glitch incursion, the way he explained uh, it was good. It could have been better. Like, in a way, like which champions to pick, which hacks to use. But the way he explained it, I think it's better than how I would explain it. I think. Let me know if you disagree on that. But in the past, I mean, in the past, I would say he didn't even know what the heck he's talking about. Okay, like this guy, noob, MCOC noob, he didn't even know what he was talking about when it comes to incursion in the past. But I do want to say, when it comes to glitch incursion, I say it was pretty good overall. I mean, it could be better, but I think it was pretty good. So let's talk about incursion, and like, I'm not gonna go too much details because this video, uh, will be like over an hour if I give you all the reasons why I am the I mean, best champion, best person to talk about incursion. Oh, but if Steve does come back, like a 1 star incursion, whatever it is called again, I'm probably not gonna make that video because I don't feel like there's any point of making that video. But if there was like a saga sector kind of similar to glitch incursion, I will be making that video again. So you could say, even though I'm not playing, pretty much never gonna be playing, I might do like uh realistic new account challenge for the elder in April. I don't know what else. That's really it. I might play incursions when Saga Sect's incursion come back. That's the only thing I can think of coming back to this game. I would be playing. I'm just tired, you know. I miserable. I like um somebody mentioned like, look, you're always complaining, okay? And I made it as a joke, and maybe it's not even a joke because it could be pretty much true that, you know, thanks, it's a hobby of mine. Like, I meant it, I guess, in a joke, but in a way it's really like it's true. Like, that's just pretty much I do, especially when Magic got nerfed. It's just like all I do is just rant about how upset I am uh when it comes to Magic being nerfed, since she is such a special character for a lot of people that have been playing this game for a long time, and to just kind of like, I don't know, I don't know, to touch her in a way. I'm not gonna get too like, I don't know, weird about it, but it's just she's not gonna be the same, you know. It's just kind of disappointing. What else? So I saw an ad. I don't know where it was on YouTube, but exactly where it was. But I saw this part of this video, this movie, and I thought I have to watch this movie. Okay, it was Robin Williams. If you don't know who he is, he's the person in the middle. He was talking to some black guy in an ad. It was on an advertisement, and I thought it was so funny. This movie is not based on a true story, and it's supposed to be a comedy movie, but really it's actually, even though it's not based on a true story, it's actually kind of is based on a true story. I mean, it kind of is true, which is actually, unfortunately, it's a sad ending, right? uh I'm not gonna go too much details. If you know what happened to Robin Williams, and how this movie is when it comes to what happened in this movie. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I read it on the internet. I know what happened to him, but it's kind of like, it's really kind of sad, you know. And I feel like this, I don't want to be in the same, I don't want to go through the same path as Robin Williams if you already know what happened to him. Okay, so this is called The Angriest Man in Brooklyn, and really you could say I'm just upset that I'm always complaining. It's actually probably more than that. I feel like I'm always angry, you know, especially when it comes to MCOC. And I don't really want to be that person anymore when it comes to the game. It's like, why waste my time being angry about the game all the time? You know, why why be in that situation? That's why I will be taking a break, or I just maybe stop playing MCOC. But again, I am the best chat person when it comes to getting guides. When it comes to incursion, there's, it's not without a doubt. Okay, I'm gonna prove it to you, but not in too much details. If you follow my channel, you already know that's true. Okay, as you see here, I'm using 6 star Angela. Okay, I got up to zone 105 using 6 star Angela, and I did take out Heimdall, and I put Hala in here on this zone, but using 6 star Angela all the way to zone 105. Like, look at this, how many hacks I have left. You're supposed to get 15 hacks, but I only have 5 hacks because by the time you get to zone, you could see even the boss hacks, I only have 2 left. All right, so I'm not gonna go through this the whole thing. If you follow my channel, you already know what happened. So let me just show you the health pool just in case. Look at the health pool when it comes to Black Widow. Okay, over 34 million, and look at his attack, almost 3 million. Okay, and this is only with 5 hacks and 2 boss hacks left, and uh if you seen this video, Angela solos this. I'm not gonna show you the video. I mean, you can check out the YouTube if you want to, but Angela solos this. And really, why? Right? Am I because I'm the best player in MCOC? No, I'm not. I just know the hacks to use, which champions to use when it comes to incursions, right? Well, in Angela, not really. I mean, you just like you use Angela, you win the fight. I mean, it doesn't even matter, bro. When it comes to Angela, like hacks really don't matter. Okay, but and I want to show you what I mean by that. So when you use Angela, okay, hacks don't matter. Like, look at this. I'm in zone 144 in sector 6. Okay, this is really why how broken she is. I mean, balance. Yeah, completely balanced. But by the time you get to zone 110 in incursion, there are no more hacks. Okay, as you see, I was in zone 105. I only had 5 hacks left because they have a limit of 99. Okay, so I fought 33 zones using Angela and Hella as well, but you don't see her here, without any hacks. Okay, as a 6-star, they're both 6-star, Angela and Hella. So realistically, there's really nothing like there's really no secret to Angela. She's just the best champion in incursion. There's really like you use Angela, you win the fight. That's it. Okay, so that's really not a good example, I would say. So by the way, as you can see, I'm in zone 26. I got all the way to zone 26 with Angela, 6-star Angela, without losing a fight. I used every fight. I used Angela. Okay, 6-star Angela, by the way. I didn't lose a single fight, with the exception of I pretty much used Angela 6-star, exception of the first fight where I used Galen. Every fight I used Angela as a 6-star, and she did not lose one fight except I ran into Tyranny in this fight right here with Emma Frost. As you can see, she could solo that if I was if I was a better MCOC player. Like again, it's not because I'm the best player in MCOC that I'm able to do these things, because I know the best champions in incursion. That's obviously Angela. Besides that, I know the perfect hacks for them. Well, it doesn't really matter for Angela, but which we're gonna talk about for different champions. But the funny thing is, if I use 7-star Angela, which I do have now as a rank 4 7-star, this fight would be easy, because 7-star rank for Angela, you go far enough in incursion, she's just broken. And if you follow my videos, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna go into too much details why she's just broken when it comes to 7-star. By the time she reached this in zone 26 and whatever, in any zones in incursions, okay, as a 7-star. And that's really the reason why Kabam doesn't want to increase the rewards past zone 15 in incursion, because of how broken Angela is. Okay, I mean real broken. Okay, if you follow my channel, you already know what I'm talking about. So forget about Angela. She's the best champion in incursion, blah blah blah. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to know the hacks don't matter. You don't need to be the best player in the world to use Angela, blah blah blah. But in this case, I decided to use, as you see by the title, Perfect Lich Incursion. Also something to note, as you could see, 105 wins, 0 losses. Look how it doesn't show it. What the heck? Crap. Okay, but I'm not shoot, whatever. But okay, so if you follow my channel, you already know this is zone 36, I believe. Okay, there it is. Okay, so this is zone 36. What is this? I didn't lose a single fight using mostly Mr. Sinister as a 6-star and 6-star Cyclops. I did lost my winning streak. So basically from zone 1 to zone 35, I didn't lose a single fight. Okay, I won 2 more fights here, so I went from 107 wins and 0 losses. I ran into a roadblock. Okay, I ran into Immortal Abomination. As you know, when it comes to Immortal Abomination, he inflicts poison on you, and you're pretty much, unless you're using Angela or some champion that's poison immune, you're just not going to be able to do much in that fight, especially in this type of attack and health pool, which I think he has like over 5 million health at this point. So I did run into a roadblock. If you're wondering, wait, you have Heimdall in your team, right? Okay, this was pre-nerf Heimdall. I mean pre-buff Heimdall. But really, is as you can see by the title, Perfect Glitch Incursion Mutant Team. Well, technically Heimdall is not mutant, but so this is kind of misleading, I guess. That's not really true because this is pre-nerf, pre-buff Heimdall, and I only used Mr. Sinister and Cyclops. But as I mentioned, I hit a roadblock when it comes to Immortal Abomination, and I never used Heimdall. But when it comes to Heimdall's buff, that he is a cheese. If you follow my channel, I have videos of Heimdall just cheesing. I hate that word. That's a stupid word. God dang it. He's like he's just without a doubt the best counter to Immortal Abomination when it comes to Heimdall. Probably not in Battlegrounds, but I don't really care. But like because he just keep if you have him awakened, he's pretty much gonna be indestructible in most fights all the time. If you're facing Immortal Abomination, if I had picked Heimdall instead of if I had been able to use Heimdall, the buff Heimdall, I wouldn't easily have soloed Immortal Abomination, okay? And I would have kept going and kept winning with this team without losing a fight. So this is, I would say, the perfect team that's not Angela with the perfect hacks based on the hacks that you've seen in the past. So I know Kabam is not gonna care about this video about like not nerfing Quake. They already probably have Quake already. I'm sure, maybe not, but I'm sure they're thinking about making Quake as a 7-star. Exactly how is the question, right? So, Beer Man is one of the best players in the world. You can definitely make an argument he's the best player in MCOC. Okay, uh, I think he's better than MSD. I don't even think it's close. Let me know if you disagree that Beer Man is MSD is better than Beer Man, but I think it's not even close that Beer Man is uh, better than MSD. I don't think this person Beer Man is a good person, but I'm just like trying to be like you know giving props where props is due. I think he is a very good player. Okay, and he talked about this video he made like was it three? Well, this was 5 years ago actually. Yeah, I think this was 5 years ago. So he talked about Quake, the things that Quake couldn't do, and this guy is arguably the best player in MCOC. Let's count unquakeable champions full list. Okay, so look at this. This is an 8-minute video. So he probably took on at least 8 fights. I'm pretty sure it's more. I think it might have been like 20 fights that Quake cannot. Champions Quake cannot. Quake. Like even if you're the best player in the world, that Quake cannot do that fight. And I'm talking about just champions in the game. All right, you're not talking about other nodes in the game like what is that called? Call drops. What else? There's also a node where you need to inflict 3 debuffs on the opponent. I don't remember exactly what it's called. If you know what it is, let me know. But that's in like against the Medusa boss in 6.3.6. I remember running into that with Hercules, and I had to exit out of there and pick to get Mr. Fantastic. But so I could use the free fight for Hercules. But there's a lot of things that Quake cannot do in this game. Those like Quake, I mean, Kabam is just full of lies. Okay, that's saying that he's too powerful to be a 6-star. That could have been true if you're like the top 1% of skill players in the game. Not only that, and not only that, that could have been true as a 6-star. That was true in 2023 at the latest. 2023 in the latest. That might have been true. The 6-star Quake was too strong. Even if you're just counting the top 1% players in the game. And really, like really, Kabam? So you, because of the top 1% players in the game that can use Quake, optimize Quake, that's gonna affect the game by so much. And really, It is true though, because the top 1% players in the game, they make up a big profit of Kabam's money, right? So this is what they call, that's not healthy quotation mark for the game, since the top 1% of players make up a lot of their profit. So in the end, Kabam reasoning why they didn't want to release Six Star Quake, let's say 5 years ago, because it was not, you could say, what Command calls quotation mark healthy for the game, right? Which is basically they're losing money if they were gonna release Six Star Quake, and it's really annoying. I mean, I understand like it's for money reasons, but I wish they would just tell you that it's for money reason instead of making up a lie that it's for health. It's not healthy for the game when surfing exists in the game. It's just really annoying to me, I think. And I want to mention something else too. This is what happens when you play over 1,000 hours a year playing MCOC, right? I mean, it's not just MCOC. It's pretty much everything in life is okay. So let me know which is better to be. Would you be a master of one thing or pretty good at a lot of things? Okay, like I did mention, Beerman I think is arguably the best player in MCOC, right? I think if we had a vote, I think he'd probably win. Um, and the reason why, because he spends over 1,000 hours playing MCOC a year. Not yeah, not total. I'm talking about a year. Okay, so would you rather be a But the problem is, that's the thing I dislike about social media is that's not for everybody, right? Like look at Fusions is a good example of that. Some A lot of people, I would probably betting that most people that play MCOC are just part-time players. They're casual players. They don't need to be a master of MCOC. Okay, uh, that people just play this for fun, for casual. So that's what's really kind of like, but people from social media doesn't understand that part, which is really unfortunate. But uh, would you rather be a master of one thing, like kind of like a beer man person, or would you rather be a good at a lot of things in life? Uh, I think somebody made a comment, a really good comment, saying people forget being a master at one thing is how you get paid. And I thought that was really a good comment from one person. Like if you're good at a lot of things, I don't think you're gonna, maybe you will get paid, I don't know. Except that might be true, maybe not true. But if you're deaf, I could tell you, I can guarantee you, if you're a master of one thing, whatever kind of job that you're doing, I guarantee you that you're gonna get paid. Well, not guarantee, I guess, not guarantee, but most likely, at least. I don't know. I wonder which one is this. Am I gonna do it manually? Let me just see. Am I gonna quake this one? Come on. Oh, I am quaking it. Oh, let's see. See, one thing about Quake, she's just not damage mastery friendly. Okay, maybe perhaps in questing, maybe that's she could be damage mastery friendly because she don't have to throw a special attack. What else? You could have the Nick Fury and Deadpool synergy where she's gonna shrug off the bleed and heal a little bit. So maybe true, but so this is what I call not really good example. I guess I don't know, but this is what I call advanced gameplay, or you can even argue average gameplay from social media standard. I made a video saying there are four different skills in MCOC. Okay, and this is the third level. This is what I call advanced level, uh, or average player social media standard. Okay, I want to say that this is just like my first attempt doing this, not like my first attempt uh like ever, but this is my first attempt that day. I just woke up, I opened the game, and I was like, I was gonna make a video like saying, please Kabam, don't nerf Quake. Okay, so I have done this in the past. This is just my first attempt for that day. But I could have just done this 100 times and just be like, yeah, look at Quake. Look at me. I'm the best player in the world. I could have done this without getting hit once, right? If I tried it 100 times, maybe even just 10 times. But you know, that's probably another problem with social media, that they only show the good parts. They never show the bad fights. But uh The fourth level, I'm not going to show you in here. Okay, the fourth level is Ultra Instinct. Okay, this is the third level, level 3. Level 4 is like what I call Ultra Instinct. These are the best of the best players, top 1% of skill players, you would even maybe say, or if not, even higher rank than that, where people can use Quake, practically can solo this without getting hit using Quake. Okay, I think 1% of the skill players can probably do that, maybe less than that. Let me know if you disagree. But even then, like, if this was like an hour fight, you're gonna make mistake. I guarantee you, if this was an hour fight, 1% of MCOC players cannot do this for an hour without getting hit. Okay, that's kind of the thing with Quake. She's just too slow. Like, she's not gonna be good for battlegrounds. She's not much of a defender. It requires so much skill to use her. Okay, like it really is. Okay, I did solo this. I'm just letting you know. I wish I can fast forward it, but it's almost over. Come on, come on. But really, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, it requires a lot of skills to play Quake, and even Kabam agrees. Like, when it comes to like ease of use, Quake is 1 out of 5. Okay, that means that she is pretty much one of the hardest champions to use in the game because how much skill to use her. Okay, so that's the level 3 advanced gameplay. We're gonna go to like and I already mentioned level 4. Basically, you can play perfectly. I call it Ultra Instinct form, but which is only very limited for a few players in the game. So this is average player gameplay. I do think. What do you call this? And I'm gonna be boosting here. What else? I have full synergy. I just want to get this fight over with. The main focus on this is how most people will play Quake. I guarantee you, most people will struggle using Quake, using the Quake version, okay? Because of the 1% skill players, Kabam, and it probably is true that they're gonna be losing money if she was a 7-star available today, the way she is now, okay? Because they're gonna lose money. Not so much, you could say it's not healthy for the game, but it to be more accurate, Kabam will be losing money because of the top 1% of players that can play her perfectly. Okay, and then they, because also they make a lot of Kabam's profit. But this is your standard 5-bit combo. I'm not gonna go through the entire thing, but she's just really slow, as you can see here. I know it's a 5-star and class disadvantage, but I am boosted as well as full synergy. So let's just look at the time, okay? Yeah, as you can see, I did like once. What's that? Nick Fury did save me with the Quake and Nick Fury synergy, but you can see almost 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Okay, that's insanely long. Okay, that take if you were gonna play her like the average player gameplay, five standard 5-hit combo, she's just not that good. She doesn't have immunities. She cannot regen. Okay, what else? Okay, this is beginner gameplay. Okay, and it's gonna go fast, and I'm gonna be using auto fight because that's how a beginner will play. Okay, and really, she's just this is just Kabam knows this. This is just obviously common sense, and just she's not good for beginners. That's just obvious. But Kabam, they don't care about beginners. They don't care about average players. That they only care about the top 1% of players that can actually be able to use Quake because, and it is true that it's gonna affect them bottom dollars. Okay, it's gonna affect them financially. Okay, I mean, it's not. This is what they call that's not healthy for the game. Okay, it's just they're gonna be losing money. As like I mean, not to sound like a broken record, because top 1% of players that will know how to use Quake spend a lot of money in this game. Okay, so it didn't. Okay, let's just go. So just to put it in perspective, I hope thing. Oh, I'm not gonna. Okay, she lost. Okay, so just to put it in perspective, this is Ascended, as you saw from earlier. Oh, dude, as you saw from earlier, this is full synergy, and I'm boosted. Okay, and she could not solo this fight. Okay, just to put in perspective, uh, I've soloed this fight without synergy, without boost, with the 5-star Diablo not ascended using auto fight. And I've gone all the way to Scarlet Witch with 5-star Diablo. This was with full synergy, and I'm pretty sure it was without boost. No boost, no not ascended Diablo. Okay, I got all the way to Scarlet Witch using auto fight. Okay, so really just shows you that Kabam, they only focus on the top 1% players in this game. And can you blame them? Because they do make a lot of their money. That's true. I only wish they were honest about it. It will affect them financially, instead of making up some lie that, oh, it's not. With, I guess it is true too, but that's not healthy for the game. I just this dumb way to say it, because why would you say that when surfing, uh exists in the game? It's like they're like practically lying in a way there, you could say. So that's really it. I wish they don't nerf Quake, but it is what it is. Like I already mentioned, what I'm going to be planning to do in the future. That's it. Thank you.